When I see Jesus. Hello, everyone. Waiting for some people to come in. Waiting for some of my crew to get here. We're going to talk about why you cannot trust the new person. You're going to hear from some people that have been through it, and you're going to hear from some people that are currently going through it, and you're going to hear my perspective, which is may not be popular, but it works for me. So we're going to wait for a few people to come in, and I am currently listening to some gospel music in the background, so hopefully you guys will join me. The beautiful Oshan is in the building.
Yes.
How are you, sister?
I'm well.
That's good. I'm doing good. Just enjoying my Sunday afternoon, just at home and chilling. And, I had to listen to my favorite song by Leandria Johnson. What's the name of that song? This Is My Exodus, Deliver Me.
Okay.
One of my favorite songs by her. It always gets me pumped up,
I need to know, how do you do the streaming?
I do it through StreamYard, and once you go on StreamYard, you can set up the streams through that way. So they have different platforms. StreamYard to me is one of the best, but they have others too that I haven't really, tried. But they have other streaming apps where you can go in and, hook it together, and it's not really hard to do.
Okay.
Once you get into one of these sites, go to StreamYard.com, sign up. It's free to sign up. I do the one where I can have up to 10 people on live with me, so I pay for the service to have up to 10 people talking with me. But you can do it to where it's just you talking, and then I think they allow maybe 2 people or 1 person that you're talking to, like you and I right now. So it's just 2 screens.
Okay. Will you walk me through that? I want, maybe tomorrow, because I think it will help us in the Crusaders more. I'm trying to reach all kinds of platforms.
Okay. And I'll send you a few of them too that are out there that may be better than StreamYard, that may offer more. I'm not really familiar with them all together, but there are other streaming apps. Yeah.
And we can do that on our podcast, because right now we have a radio.
Oh, okay.
How do I turn?
You're trying to go live on video?
Yes, and I also have to learn how to work with myself on the video. I love. How do I? Okay, I'll just turn it off. I love how you are able to converse with people. I cannot stand looking at myself. You want to know why?
Why?
Because, and it has to do with my mother. She used to always say, "If you catch my spirit, it's gonna stay on screen."
Say that again.
She said, "If you catch my spirit on video, it's gonna stay on screen." Like, once you're done and you go back and look at it, that's from the past and not the future. It used to freak her out. Now it freaks me out.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it freaks me out. Like, people always want to take, like me taking pictures. People can take pictures of me, but I don't want to see it.
Right. Well, that's true, but videos, you can't really do that with videos. People will take them and splice them and put their face in your place or something like that. But people don't really do stuff like that unless it's something that's beneficial to them. But streaming like this, it's, it's not there's no harm in it.
Oh no, no, no. I know it's no harm in it. I'm saying
Hmm.
that I literally me to sit in front of when people are. I have a press conference coming up, right?
Right.
And so that means there's going to be cameras and people there, okay?
Okay.
And it's going to catch me in my spirit. And I don't like having anything prepared. I just like to speak. And
Right.
so with this press conference, they've been, prepping me for it. And I'm like, I need to just freely speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's taking me, they're trying to prep
You want
me.
to use it. You want to use it to practice before you get
Yes,
up there.
yes, yes,
Got you. Call
yes.
me tomorrow. We'll get on it. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much
No
because
problem.
every time they show me after they videotape me, I'm like, I don't like
Yeah, I mean,
me.
the way you look on screen is totally different than the way you look in person sometimes. But I mean, again, it depends on the app because some apps, it'll show you in your true form. Some apps you can doctor yourself up.
No, no,
I
no,
just.
no. That's not what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Listen,
Mm.
meaning it catches my spirit.
Oh, okay.
Meaning, okay, it just, I don't care how I look. In the morning time, I get dressed and I'm in the mirror. I get dressed.
Hmm.
I don't see myself no more.
Okay.
Not until I go to the bathroom or something. I don't check myself. I look the way I look when I leave the house and when I come back.
Right.
I don't look at myself. They can catch me in a picture or something. But
Hmm.
when we were doing a live, you know, practicing and stuff, and they caught my spirit in the video, and I seen it.
Okay.
I seen my spirit, and everybody's
Okay.
like, "You did such a good job. You did." I said, "That's me." Like
Hmm.
I'm like, "That's me." Does that make sense?
Hmm.
And I'm like, I got to get used to seeing myself. That's weird
Right.
because I
Okay.
can hear
Well,
myself.
I'm gonna let you go on mine and practice through mine, and then I'll show you how to do it.
Okay, thank you so much. And I feel, and
Well, we're gonna
I
talk
need you to
about.
treat me.
Okay. What
I
we're
mean,
gonna talk about tonight is
okay.
the topic of why do you not trust the new person in your life? What is stopping you from trusting the new person in your life?
I don't have
How are
issues with
you?
that.
Let me finish asking the questions and putting the questions out there. How is it preventing you from being in a good relationship, or that once you said you committed to that person, when you say that, the slate needs to be wiped clean of the past. You can't take what happened with the last relationship into this one because it will almost like dirty it up. So you have to be careful with bringing your past baggage into a new relationship. So my question is to everybody, because I have a different way of looking at things now because of what I've been through. And one thing I promised myself I wouldn't do in the next relationships was to get so caught up into believing that this person is a superhuman, that they somehow have the gift of, never cheating on me, of never stepping out on me, of never doing something stupid to mess up the relationship or to cause chaos in the relationship. I promised myself that the next time I commit myself to someone, I'm going to trust them even when they haven't asked for it, because I know how I'm going to handle the next upset. I know how I'm going to handle the next disappointment. I know how I'm going to handle the next situation that caused me to doubt myself. Um, and we have to realize sometimes that it's not you that the reason why things happen the way it is, but it is how you handled it and how you responded to what happened. Because first of all, we have to not look at everybody as superheroes. Get that out of your mind. Get that, wipe it out, throw it away. Come on, everybody, throw it away. They're not superheroes. Okay, let's start there. We're not dealing with superheroes. Your girlfriend, she's not a superwoman. Your boyfriend, he's not a superman. Get it out of your mind. Because the men that have money, down to the people that are in churches, mosques, and wherever else, will cheat on you, will fuck up, will do something stupid, will cause you to doubt your whole existence if given the chance. So my question again is, why can't we just trust until that person gives you a reason not to trust them? Because we go into relationships, and the minute you see something that scares you, the first thing you think of is the last person that did something that scared you, that resembled what he did or what she did. So then the wheels start turning in your mind, because I always say this to people: whatever you tell yourself is the truth. It doesn't matter what I say to you, because whatever you tell yourself is the truth, because you're going to believe yourself more than you're going to believe me. So you have to listen to what the person is telling themselves in order to understand where that person is, even before you get with them, even before you get into a relationship with them. Understand where their head is. Understand how they see life, how they see love, what they've been through in the past, what led them to the point of you. And understanding it sometimes from that point of view makes you either draw back and say, look, I'm going to date you. I'm not going to marry you right now. I'm not going to commit to you right now, but we are going to date. And if it leads us down the path that you trust me and I can trust you, then we can go forward into that commitment. I think people nowadays get somebody, like them, lust for them, and then now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not how it's supposed to go. We have umpteen examples of why that's a bad thing to do.
May I say
Because
something?
you don't know the person. You don't know them. All you know is what they told you and what they're telling you now. You don't know how they handled the last girlfriend until you hear it from her point of view, until you hear it from the people around her's point of view that heard it happen. So you don't know what's going on. You don't know that person. And so why would you get involved with someone right away and boyfriend or girlfriend that person, knowing that you don't know them? Because
I'm,
you're setting yourself up, in my opinion, for a letdown. Go ahead, sis.
you know what you've done?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've done is I've always put powerful friends, meaning females around me that speak truth. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
I respect my friends to speak truth to me and I
Right.
listen like you.
Right.
You understand? If,
Yes, ma'am.
if I share my personal, and I don't do that with a lot of people, then
Mm-hmm.
I trust you until you show me different, meaning men too. Now, when I
Right.
date someone and trying to relate with a male, what I do is say, okay, where we gonna go? Like my last, relationship or friendship, and I
Mm-hmm.
straight up told him, I have other friends. I'm just sleeping with you.
Right.
So
Shouldn't have said that.
no, no,
But
listen, no,
go,
I'm
I understand, but you shouldn't have said that. But go ahead.
no, I had to because of the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you want
Because you
all
wanted
my
you wanted him to know that he was the only one you were sleeping with, or he
exactly.
just.
Yes, but I had other male
But
friends.
but why did you want him to know he was the only one you were sleeping with? That's why I said you did the wrong thing. You
I
shouldn't have said that. Men will
no,
take that and run the fuck with it.
oh yeah, he listen. I, only because when he see me with other males, I'm letting him know his place. You understand? Because I have other male friends that we are not intimate with, and we go out and
Uh-huh.
do things. Just because he didn't want to do certain things with me,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? I put him in his place in that
Okay.
predicament, in that situation. See, that's how it got caught up. Then
Okay.
feelings got
Mm-hmm.
involved. right? But
Okay.
I still had my male friends that
Right.
we were not intimate at all.
Okay.
We can go places, go on trips, and do things and stuff like that. We
But
even
how do you know that in his mind, sis, that because you said you're the only one I'm intimate with and I have other friends, how do you know that in his mind you were not his? Because if you just giving you me, if I'm the only one you're giving your body to, then you belong to me.
and
Some
that's
men think like that. Some
oh,
women think like that.
when I tell you this, that is and I'm going on 52. And so when a man has that point of view, right,
Mhm.
that's on him. Like I told him, that's on you. Whatever you're doing in your life, I'm letting you know what I'm doing. You see,
Mhm.
and I had control over my sexuality. You know,
Right.
because I told him this. I said, since I'm just fucking you, this is where I'm gonna be at with you, and when I need to. You understand? I said,
Right.
until you that mistrust that happened with his, his daughter, his baby mama. I said, then
Mhm.
I'm not into polygamy like this. You
Mhm.
understand? Because his word was not his bond. Anytime he would say to do something, he
Mhm.
wouldn't. So I couldn't trust him no more. You see,
Okay.
that's when what you're asking. How do you put the trust in there like that? Me.
Right.
You understand? Me,
Mhm.
because I know who I'm laying down with, conversing with in my personal. Just like if I'm speaking to you about
Mhm.
my personal, and you speaking to me about your personal, it's staying
Mhm.
with me, you
Okay.
know, and nobody else. And
Right.
women tend
So
to
you made him a trustee over your pussy. Is that what you're saying?
exactly right, exactly, not
Did
my
he make
mental.
you a trustee over his dick?
Yes, until he took it somewhere else, and I said I was done. I was done.
Okay.
And I put him in that friend zone. He tried to come back. I said, no, nope, this is not
Okay.
how we're doing it. You
Right.
understand? And then, we started relating like I was relating to my other friends, right? Male friends. I say, I'm gonna show you what I do. We go out, we have fun, we can go to the house, we can chill. I ain't gotta sleep with you.
Mhm.
But his words start not being his bond.
Okay.
He wasn't a man of his word, and that's what was irritating me.
Okay.
And
So
then when
when you realized that he wasn't a man of his word, what did you do then?
I started seeing someone else and was getting ready to be intimate, and here out of nowhere he comes.
Of
It's like
course.
he
The
can
devil don't
sense
like
it.
the devil don't like losing none of his.
It was like he sensed it. And when I tell you this to be, true, I said, you sensing it, aren't you? Because my position and my deposition became short with him.
Mhm.
I gave him no more time, no more, oh, he calls, I answer or call him back. I was treating him
Right.
like the other friend,
Okay.
you know. And he's like,
Right.
"Oh, you're not good." I said, "No, because you have to, your your daughter's mother. I don't like saying baby
Mhm.
mama. You have your daughter's mother. You give
Right.
them the attention. Let me go and be with myself."
Mhm.
And he kept coming back. I said, "Let me tell you something. What you say, cut it and let go, right? Cut it and
Mhm.
let go." And it was easy for me to cut it and let go. And the only thing that caught me, when you say from my past relationship, what I learned to trust in me is Sheila. I have this thing with love. My love, the way I love people, like the way I love you. The way I love people is like it's unconditional. No matter what, you might not hear
Mhm.
from me. You can call me, and I can
If
call
it
you.
let me okay, stay right there. If it was unconditional, then why did you leave him alone?
I because of the
Because
intimacy part. He's still a
because you
friend.
had listen, sis, you had a condition. So don't say unconditional with everything because you had a condition. He cannot go outside of the relationship and the agreement and do something else. So if we
This
that
is
word
not true. He
unconditional
could have.
love, we use that word so much and don't understand.
Wait,
Your
wait, wait, wait,
life
wait. Let
is
me explain.
conditional.
He
Yeah.
could have. He could have unconditional had he been true. Like I'm
Mhm.
going to understand polygamy. All right.
Yeah.
And I know those certain ways in polygamy, you have to have that condition for my unconditional. You see,
Mm-hmm.
to have me stand in place. And I'm talking about intimacy, right? And my
Mm-hmm.
mental and spiritual. See, and people don't understand the polygamy part of it, and I get it. But
To
this is
me,
for
there is no way that humans can have unconditional love for another human unless it's not sexual.
correct.
If it's not sexual, you can, because the minute that it's sexual, the conditions start.
Correct.
So understand what you're saying,
Oh,
because
I
that's
do.
exactly what it is.
When I tell you, I so understand it. And then in the unconditional part of it, as
Mm-hmm.
my friend, I gave him. That's what I'm telling you, because I'm
Right.
still your friend.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm still your
Mm-hmm.
friend. It's just with those conditions of the
Mm-hmm.
intimacy that was done.
Right.
So, in that unconditional as a friend, that doesn't stop me.
Right. And he lost the perks because of because he stepped
He-
out of the contract between you and him. He lost the
Correct.
perks.
Correct. But I'm
Right.
still your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's up to him if he can understand my unconditional friendship. Because people can't. They get upset, especially men. Like I'm friends still with my ex-husband, my ex, my children's father, and
Mm-hmm.
I can do that unconditionally.
Yeah. Me too.
And
You know.
so, and people get that part with intimacy. They're like, I thought you loved us unconditionally. I do. I'm not stopping being their friend. They just stopping being mine.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So, in that condition of the intimacy, there is conditions you have to receive to be unconditional love and the intimacy part of it,
Mm-hmm.
especially in polygamy. But most use polygamy because of religion and everything else. But if you got that intimate part and you in polygamy, not due to religion, and
Mm-hmm.
it's of unconditional understanding between you both.
Right.
And so that's the part that he couldn't get. That's the
Well,
part
too
he
bad.
couldn't get.
Too bad for him. He'll learn the lesson the next time. I
Oh,
guess it'll come around to him again. Because if he, one thing about it, these lessons that we learn, the reason why we keep going from person to person to person and it doesn't work out, and the same things happen in each relationship is, in my opinion, because you didn't learn the lesson the first 5, 6, 7, 8 times you did it.
that's right, sis. That's
You
right,
know,
sis.
you thought that the next person wasn't going to give you anything that was going to be a problem. No, whatever. Okay, let's go to the Most High for a minute. God gives us things, and He shows us things so that we know not to do and how to respond and what to do and how to maneuver and how to see that person, how to take away you out of the situation when you're God gives us that about each other, and we have to take that along the way. But if you decide, okay, I'm just going to go in there and it's going to be about me, what I want, what I think should happen, what I think, I'm not saying that you do. This is to the masses. If you go in there doing that, I guarantee you ain't learned shit. You ain't learned shit. And you like bumping your head with every relationship you get into. You like this shit.
Keep talking, sis. Keep laying here. You laying
You're
here.
attracted to people who cheat on you. That's why people cheat on you.
Keep talking, sis.
You're attracted to drunk people because there's something that you get out of being with a person that drinks. You're attracted to drugs. You're attracted to the drug addict because you're attracted to you're choosing. These are your choosings.
Go ahead, sis. What are you
These
talking
are
about?
these are I won't even say yours. These are our choosings. We do this to each other. We choose it and then point the finger at the person that we saw with the bullshit coming through the door. We didn't. How you gonna point at him now? You saw it when he came to the door, but
There
you
it is.
wanted them that bad.
There it
You
is.
wanted them that bad. You wanted them that bad. The dick was that good. The pussy was that good. I get it. Been there,
Uh-oh.
done that.
You know
The
what
money,
happened?
the money was in the pocket. The house was stable. He paid his bill. On. I get all of that. But people, the
You know
only way
what
you
gets me?
can go ahead, sis.
You know what gets me? And I said I'm gonna start dating a man that doesn't have a passport.
You said you what? What'd you say?
I'm gonna start dating men that don't have passports.
Oh wow. I heard. Oh wow.
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm starting dating men that don't have passports. It's understandable to me
Right.
because they ain't been nowhere to understand culture thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they stuck in their own dynamics of this United States or the state they're in.
Yeah,
But
and we have to
when
but we have to, one thing, just getting back to what I was saying before. Even with that, sis, we have to understand, you don't have to wife nobody. You don't have to husband that person. You don't have to bring them into a relationship, a commitment. A commitment is
a
you
partnership,
are a person of your word.
yes,
If I tell you I'm going to fuck you every day that you are with me in my vows, I better keep my word. Because I should be a person of my word, right?
hmm
If I say that you can have all the little money I got in my bank, at any time, any day, anything you want from me, you can get it. You better be a person of your word. Or don't say it.
that's right, sis.
Don't say it. Commitment means something to grown folks nowadays. It means something, people.
Speak it, sis.
So if you're not gonna come into anybody's life that's real with you and tell them exactly what it is you're gonna do and keep to it, then don't say it.
That's right.
If you know you have an affinity to follow up behind every ass that's walking by you, then tell your woman that my eyes is gonna wander while I'm with you, because I can't, my eyes just attracted to ass. I can't stop my eyes from going that direction. Say that, sis.
Yes,
If you looking at his package, and every man that walk by you, your eyes is focused on his physique all the time, and you got a husband or a man at home, you better say that in the beginning.
say what, sis?
Be a person of your word. That's what commitment means. A
Yes,
lot of times we're trying to commit people who are only there to just fuck you.
that's it.
Don't commit somebody that's there to fuck you, or to take your money, or to take your time away, or to just worry about them all the time. Why are you doing that?
And you know what? That's
And
what
we
I was
know
telling.
what it is. We know what it is.
I told him that, and that whole, and you know what? We people being grown do not know how to converse, to comprehend, to listen.
Because
And
when people don't know how to talk and get that realness out with each other, I always say this. If I'm talking real to you, and you know I'm talking real to you, and I'm keeping it real, I'm keeping it 100 with you, and you go out and do exactly what I told you it was okay for you to do, you will not get judged, then you on some bullshit. And you came in the door on some bullshit. You didn't care what the fuck I said. You didn't care if I said it's all good and it's all gonna be good. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna understand you. I want to know all your flaws, everything. I can accept that. And you still go behind that person's back and do something stupid?
speak
Then you
it
was on bullshit the whole time, bruh.
that whole
Sis,
time.
that
And you
whole
know what that
time.
is?
And
That's
y'all need to run away from people like that. Don't give them no second, third, fourth, fifth times to do the same thing over again. For what? They showed you, right? They
AD.
showed you your words didn't mean shit. You
Nonsense.
being real didn't mean shit to them, right?
I want to
So
speak it.
let that person go.
You speak it, sis. And it's so well that we women have a tendency of to forgive because it's a natural nurturing thing.
Yeah, that's a maternal instinct that we have, but we ain't. I'm not fucking my kids. I'm fucking
Uh,
this nigga that better be real with me like I'm being real with him. Me with him.
And when I tell you
I'm
that
not your
part,
mama. I'm
and when
not
I
your
tell
mama. I don't owe nothing to you that your mama ain't already gave you.
I want what you smoking. And, and
I'm just being real, sis. I'm being real.
no,
I see the
that's
I
the
see the
thing.
climate of the nation. I see what's going on. I'm not
It's
blind to what's going on. This stuff has to do with what the person sees as a relationship.
now you know what? I'm just gonna tell people this, and you know how I am in my spirit. It is
Mm-hmm.
just the mark of the beast. And when I tell people, they say, "What do you mean?" When you have a man or a woman that's like that, that's narcissism, facts and truth. And if
Right.
you don't understand the mark of the beast, because we all have it, you're either empathic to be a giver and not the taker, right? And that's where
Mm-hmm.
that love of unconditional we think come in, of understanding come in. And then you have someone that's always taking, and not standing on their word. That's the beast. You
You know what I
understand?
say to people that say that they want an unconditional love and an unconditional relationship?
Tell
Then
me.
you that means that you want someone that just will let you do any and everything
What
to
you
them.
want, what you want to do. And that's what you
That's
call.
just it's what it means to me because you're if you're telling me I need to have an unconditional love for you, that means you're saying to me, I'm about to bring you some shit.
Now check this out. And this is what goes on in poly. With seriously, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel, because I'm in a lot of groups with women, and so giving them the same talk as you're trying to give to the world, and you're putting it out here, and people don't
Right.
understand. In these poly and in the Muslims, these women are going through this every day with these men because of Allah, they say. And then yet to be in these groups to hear these women saying, I give him this, and I say, no, but they have to bow down because of Allah.
But let me stop you right there for a minute, sis.
Okay.
The religious people, the
Yes,
Islam, the
yes,
Shiites, all of them,
yes.
they made an agreement in the beginning. They knew what they were getting into. They knew that that man was going to has a certain set of rules that he abides by, that the Quran tells him to do. The Christian, the Bible, whatever religion it
No, no,
is.
no. That is, wait, hold it. Because everyone doesn't go by that. You have some that say, I am of this and I can go out and do this. More so
Hmm.
like a man would say, not being of the Muslim or Islam or any Shiites or nothing, but yet it's
Hmm.
still the same formation. And believe me, I'm in these groups to know.
Right.
And they tell them they don't have to let their wife know because of what they see to think that's in the Quran or how they interpret it, right? And then the
Hmm.
husband can go out and get another wife without the first wife knowing. So it's just like, again, being in a relationship with a man and he goes out and cheat on you. And then you remember that saying that some women, black women, say, I don't care what you do in them streets, just don't bring it back home. Don't let me find out. And is this the same way? And this is what I'm coming to find out.
Hmm.
And to hear these women, my sisters, speak like this, I was like, oh my goodness. And the men, some men are using Allah in the formation now.
Right.
I don't have to tell her I'm going to get another wife. I'm going to just do it, huh?
and
Because,
and that's the you know what, but the people that back him, that's his upbringing. If he knew better, he would do better. But who am I?
exactly.
I've always put, when it come down to religious sex like that,
Yes. A
sect, not
marriage,
sex, but
marriage.
sect. Yeah, when it deals with situations like that, I
Mm-hmm.
always say to the person, do you believe in what your Bible or letterhead says about your marriage? Do you believe in
Listen,
it? Because if you didn't
and they
believe in it,
do.
right, but
They
if you didn't
do.
believe in it, then why did you agree to it?
Listen to this. It distilled the mental, the spiritual effect of it, and the men don't know this.
Yeah.
Men don't know the abuse that they're giving to these women upon the sacredness of the Quran and Allah.
Yeah, I
Because
mean everybody's it's a lot of people fucked up in the head. Yeah.
exactly, and this is the same tormenting as
But
we are.
that's not just those women. That's all women, or
Exactly, and I
well,
have
I
to
won't even say all women. It's some women. It's
exactly.
they just a part of the sum. They
Yeah,
don't make up the whole. It's a lot of Islam women and a lot of Muslim women, and in the different religions or whatever. Those people are doing well, but for the ones that are not doing well, all I can say to you, sisters, get out of it. If
But
you
you
don't
know
like
what?
what's going on, get out of it.
And then they feel so convicted. Here we go. Here we go.
Hmm.
When you said about unconditional, and they're using Allah for that,
Right.
and that's the torture of it.
Yeah, the Christians use the Bible for theirs. The Jewish people use the
Exactly.
yeah, they everybody always take the Bible and twist it and turn it, and that's been from the beginning of time they've been doing that, and it's not going to stop now. But I think that we're coming into an age now where we know better now. We see that those words on a in a book are controlling the masses and making people do some of the dumbest things, some things that don't make sense. I mean, some of this stuff in marriage makes absolutely no sense, and some of it is like, okay, I get it, but if my husband is the head and I'm his helper, then what happens when when something happens to him? Ain't I supposed to be, and I become the head by default?
And when I tell
So
you,
you know what I'm saying? That and that's just me, but it's a lot of things that makes no sense. But I understand where they were going with it. It's just we have taken the scriptures, the Quran, the Torah. We've
Torah,
taken those scriptures and molded it into what we wanted in our relationships, and have used it. I'm
correct.
guilty of doing that. I'm guilty of taking the Bible and beating it up against somebody's head who said he was the same religion as I was, and I'm guilty of using the word in order to shut him up, in order to just to break down what he was talking about because I didn't like it. So
Correct.
we all do that. It's not a good thing to do that, but sometimes when you're faced up against your back's against the wall and you feel attacked, it's what you do. you
And
know
my,
um so my whole thing with going back to those women, my heart goes out to them. It would,
yes,
at this point it can never be me. I would never go into something I'm not happy and sure about. Um and just had a conversation with a friend of mine a few minutes ago before I started the live, and his whole words was, Tasha, you're getting older. Why haven't you settled down with somebody yet? You ain't gonna be fine forever. I'm like, if I don't settle down, I'm okay with that.
okay.
I get to see my grandkids grow up. I get to see the world change. I get to see them becoming successful. I get to be a part of that. There's so much more I'm gonna do with those same people. The only thing I'm missing out of a marriage is the sex, and I can do that without having the marriage. The fuck is wrong with y'all? I
I
don't
wish I
need
could
a
high
man. I
five
don't need a
you.
piece of paper to tell me forever I'm connected to this person, because that's not guaranteeing he gonna stay or I'm gonna stay.
There you go. So let's like act like we got the paper. Let's go in front of the moon and the sun and make our birthdays and our vows.
Y'all ain't ready to hear me. I know. It's
No,
just
no, you speaking too, sis. You because I feel the same
I'm
way.
I'm I'm trying to free some people's minds. It ain't that serious. Is the reason why I made this post up is because of something that my one of my children is going through, and I don't know what to say to them other than the truth. You're not going to know if that person's going to cheat on you. You're not going to know if that person's going to be real with you. You're not going to know that until you give them the opportunity in the situations to be real in. So until then, don't wife them, don't husband that person, don't boyfriend, don't girlfriend that person until you know everything you need to know about that person.
And
Because the
then
next time, because then going into that, it's all on you and her. It's
there
all
you
on you and
go.
him.
Because when you know, if you can go through, like I told my guy friend, I said, if we can go through all of this, and if you come back, because I'm gonna be your friend,
Mm-hmm.
because I say that to people, and I said, you'll see if I'm your friend if you come back. You understand? And I
Right.
said, so if you come back, you'll see if I'm your friend,
Right.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
that means if you want to come back, how do you want to come back? As just a friend? Because I can keep you there. Now you got
Right.
to come back and with truth, because now you're gonna hear me now. because there's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
no settlement. Now, if you just want to
Right.
continue to be my, my bedroom buddy, we can do this, but know where you stand at.
Right.
That's
I
it.
understand.
That's
Yeah.
all. And that's what I was telling him at first. But what you're not going to do is take up my time again, take
Mm-hmm.
up on my space. Because
Right.
once we start doing this togetherness, I'm gonna let you know something. It comes with conditions. Because I'm gonna still be your friend.
Everything is conditional. It's not unconditional. You have an unconditional love for your child. You have an unconditional love for your dog. You
No,
have
I
an
don't have
unconditional
anybody.
love for your cat and your canaries and your birds and parrots and shit. That's the only unconditional love you can ever have for anybody.
It's your child.
Because with them, no matter what if a dog poops on your bed, you're not gonna not love him because he pooped on your bed. You still gonna love him. So you have no conditions. You're just mad about it. But what can you do? He's a dog.
Okay, I can do a lot, but you know what? The one thing I use with unconditional is what my mother showed me
Mhm.
and gave me, and my stepfather. Because he's not my real biological father. And when I
Mhm.
say this man, and he's white, okay, and he raised me since the age of 4, and I try to explain to people, he's not my father.
Mhm.
Now, I done everything growing up to this man like a child would do, be disobedient, rebellious, and everything. And even looked in this man's face and said, "You're not my father."
Mhm.
Here I am, going on 52 years old. And he's been with me since I was 4 years old. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had to look back in my life, and he raised my daughters as his grandkids.
Mhm.
And my biological father raped my mother to have me here. So
Wow.
when I say this unconditional love this man and my mother have given me, I can't do nothing but look. Wow, it is possible. It is possible, and
Yeah,
it's
I love
unconditional.
my kids. I love them unconditionally
Hmm.
because no matter what they do, good, bad, or indifferent, I still love them and I will do anything for them. So your child, yes,
But he's
but you
not.
got some
What I'm
people
trying to
that have
say is,
conditions with their children. You do something again to certain parents, they're done with you. It's over with,
exactly.
and you off the wheel.
And
No
this,
inheritance for you.
and
You
then
know.
when I tell exactly, and this man, when I say this is how I know unconditional love, and it's through, for seriously, it's through my father, my
Hmm.
stepfather, and I tell people a white man.
Do you
And
feel that's the reason why you're looking? Do you think that has anything to do with what you're looking for in a man?
I don't look for anything in a man because I didn't believe me. I've been married.
Mm-hmm.
I have two fathers, two daughters. So I've been with men I thought I loved to give them that unconditional. You know what I mean? So I don't
Wow.
look for that. I say what I said. I'm either gonna sleep with you, you're gonna be my friend. Which one you want? That's how I am. So
Right.
if we're gonna relate that way, or we're gonna be a partner and build. I'd rather build
Mm-hmm.
with my friends, and then because my ex husband and I, we related and then we became partners and we built into a franchise, a multi-million franchise. So
Mm-hmm.
I will never build with another man again to be a partner. I just want to
Right.
relate.
Gotcha.
I just want to relate. And in my
And you know
relation,
what? I was listening while I was reading this comment about one of the ladies in one of the groups I'm a part of was talking about Nick Cannon
oh
having
yeah, yeah,
8 baby mamas or whatever. And
yeah.
everybody
Hmm.
was pretty much dealing with the fact that he said that he believes he only sleeps with women who he feels could be his kids, a good mother for his kids. So he has children, purposely.
Yeah, and he
It's what it
wants
sounds
Mariah
like to me.
Carey back. Did you hear that?
Right. She's Mariah Carey. Can we? Hello. Um. He. My thing with Nick Cannon is this: the women that have his child agree to that.
Hmm.
They agreed to that.
Hmm.
After the first baby mama, and then the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth, even after that, way before that, what part did you not get that this man was about?
He never
He's
listen.
loudly declaring who he is.
And I tell people, if you listen, I have no problem with Nick Cannon because he
He
speaks
has
his truth.
loudly declared, "I am Nick Cannon. Dick Mattage is my middle name. This is
No,
who he
Dick
is."
Cannon. He Dick Cannon.
Yeah, Dick Cannon. Yes,
He about to
you know,
explode. Boom. But
it is what it is. I don't fault Nick at all because I put this more on the women that agreed to that shit.
But here you go. You know what? And I tell you something, if you go deeper down into it, because he hasn't dealt with lupus and everything else, so I understand the backdrop of the story. So when he
You're
got
right.
married to Mariah Carey, they both in that situation. He said he
Hmm.
would never get married not unless he get married back to Mariah Carey.
Right.
Okay? And so now he's
And
saying they both
a lot of men feel that way. If they're gonna marry again, they're not gonna marry no one else but their first wife. Some men
exactly.
feel that way. Some men like they're gonna keep trying it until it works. But
Hold on. Keep talking.
but again, like I said, we're getting in these relationships and we're seeing people as superhuman, and they're not. That's the main thing I want to drive home, is that these people are not superhumans. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do something stupid. Somebody, even the most beautiful man in the world, is going to do something stupid you don't like. The most religious man who's a prophet, he's all over the world preaching and healing people with the fingertips of his body. He's going to do something stupid. The mama, the mother at the church, the one who Miss Johnson or Miss Jones or Miss Sally. Miss Sally has some flaws too. Miss Sally got some stuff going on with her too.
Mm,
Pastor's wife, she got stuff going on with her too. She got flaws. She got stuff that's going on with her. She got a childhood she got to get over too. She got relationships before that man that she's got to get over too. I'm just
okay.
saying we're not superhuman. We're flawed. We came into the world flawed. Something was off in our brain cells. We are not um superhuman. We have to understand that we are not here to
Sorry.
I don't I you have the choice of being happy or sad, right? We agree with that.
Correct.
You can get up in the morning and say to yourself, I'm going to be happy all day. No matter what happens to me, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to see the birds in the air. I'm going to speak to the raccoon. I'm going to say hello to the little frog. We can be that person. Or we can get up and say, I think I'm going to lay in the bed all day today. I ain't going to do shit. I don't feel like doing shit. Fuck shit. All the shit. Bullshit. It's
I'm
the
listening.
same thing with relationships to me. You
Mm-hmm.
can go into it choosing and projecting faith, hope, love, joy, peace, understanding, knowledge. You can project all of that going into it, because what you reflect, what you give out, you're supposed to reflect back, right?
Correct.
So give all of that out right away, and then watch and trust what you see in the other person. Because if it's going against your goodness, the energy that you're putting out, if it's going against that and it's all good coming from you, then they're not the person for you. It's quick ways of doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
want
can
to
agree
find
with
out if
you.
a person can't trust you, give them all the love and joy and happiness, and give all to it, give them all to it, and watch what they do.
Says this.
Because love attracts, supposed to attract love, right?
Oh yes.
Joy is supposed to attract joyfulness, right?
Yes.
If I want peace, then I'm going to come out and be peaceful.
Correct.
If I want love, I'm going to come out and be loving,
Correct.
lovable.
Correct.
So I can't, anything that's going against that goodness of me is not for me. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, sis.
It's a reflection. You know, you and me. We're all three of us right now. We're reflecting each other.
Yes, we are. You're
All I
speaking
got to
truth.
do is say, Nika, man, your hair looks like a butterfly
That
right now. You
man is
cute
so
little
beautiful.
thing,
I wanted to
you.
say something too. It is so
Look at that
beautiful.
smile. Look at
Yes,
that.
you came on here, be gorgeous queen. I'm looking at her like, who
Thank
is
you.
this? She just popped up on my screen. You are gorgeous.
That's
Thank
all it.
you.
Gorgeous.
I wanted to get a smile and I got one.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
That's you. You said a butterfly. She just looked like
Absolutely.
a goddess. Just
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I instantly perked up when she got on
me
the
too.
screen and
I'm
that butterfly just came about. I was like,
and butterflies are my thing. I'm like, yeah.
but it's what I
Hello.
chose, but it's also what I chose to see her as.
I can see it. I can see it.
Absolutely.
I chose to see her as a butterfly and not a nuisance.
She's beautiful.
I
You told
chose
Thank
her
to
to
you.
see her as a loving person with a beautiful smile that could light up my day every fucking day.
listen. I want what you got, sis.
Okay?
I need you in the morning
I
time when I wake
chose,
up.
right.
Okay. Keep there. You go. Look at that right there.
Right.
She is beautiful. That's how I want to
Thank you.
feel when I look at myself. And you know what I told you earlier?
Project it.
Exactly. I now I know I can, but when I see
Project
myself,
it. And if it goes against you and it shuts you down while you're being loving and beautiful and complimentary and telling them, God, and you see how beautiful the day is? And you
yes,
standing next to somebody and they look at you like, fuck you, and walk off, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Absolutely.
Because you got some people that you start dating and you treat them so good, they instantly get in a shell and they
man.
instantly become defensive. Why you treating me so good?
Ah,
What else going on with you?
yes. What
What
you
you
want?
gonna do next? Uh,
Or you can't be this good. You can't. This can't be real. They doubt it.
no, because they have never ever experienced love unconditionally. I don't have to know you to love you because God put you here with me.
Oh
I
my
feel like the people that walk my path in front of me is for me.
sis, you talking to me tonight?
The people I see is for me. If a child comes up to me and smiles at me, that child was meant and sent to me. How could he not be? He's here. He's smiling at me. He just touched my butt while I was turned around, in the grocery store. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to see what was that about. And it belongs to a person too. So I turned around and gave him a smile and got a smile back. I didn't turn around and say to that child, would you stop leaving me alone? Would you leave me alone? Get your child. I projected love and I got love back.
That's right.
Because I know it was innocent.
Right.
Come on in, Brother Dawood. Y'all hold on just a minute, okay? Keep
Okay.
talking though.
Hi, Queen. My name is Oshan.
I'm sorry.
Can you?
What did you say?
My name is Oshan. My name is Oshan Shira Natalie.
Oshan. Ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, Oshan. I'm
I
sorry.
can't
There's
see your name.
background noise going on, so I can barely hear. Really, Tasha? Is that you? With all the
Yeah,
noise?
that's me. That's
Really?
me.
What are you doing? Moving furniture? The hell?
Yes.
No,
No,
I
you
was
have to get up
closing.
from that.
No, I was closing my front door. It just kind of, slams
Oh,
it like that for a minute. But
yeah. I was
hold on
walking.
just a minute,
I
guys.
feel like we see it in everything that we are encounter in life. If we come in, like I woke up this morning, I was walking to the gym, and I just wanted, I chose to have a good day, no matter what. Like I chose.
Right.
I woke up this morning, and as I'm walking to the gym this morning, it's probably about a mile away from me, and I looked up to the moon that was leaving and the sun that was coming in, and I spoke to both of them at the same
Okay.
time. And as I'm walking, I see this sister that's walking with a dog, and she's in her phone, but the dog automatically, we eye to eye,
Okay.
like, and he started to look towards me, and he just wanted to touch me. So I was like,
Oh,
hey
wow.
baby, like, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like, I feel like we
Mm-hmm.
don't we if we put it out there, like, that energy is going, you're going to always draw good energy towards you, no matter what
Right.
it is. Birds, for some reason, I don't know, but they just are okay sitting right next to me. Like, we don't it don't necessarily have to be people. It just could be anything, any kind of
Right.
life that we are
Mm-hmm.
around. That energy is
Say,
going to, you're going to draw that energy back to you.
say that again. That light,
Hmm.
that light,
That light.
that light, light,
Absolutely.
light,
And sometimes
light
people want
on
to
it,
steal your
it
light.
reflects light. Yeah, you want light. You're not attracted to dark. Well, some people are attracted to darkness, but
Hmm.
you don't really want to go in the dark, do you?
No, you
Nah,
don't. And
nah.
I might say this on my my spiritual path and my journey. And I try to
Mm-hmm.
tell people, when you are able to see the light within their darkness, and this is probably
Mm-hmm.
the people that on their journey, and they say, I keep attracting these type of people. And let me tell you something, because you're attracted to the darkness. You want to see the light in them because you
Hmm.
portraying something is not in them at
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
all. And what they see in you is your light. And so they're going to use their darkness to cover your light and make you no longer shine.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
See,
then when they come out
let
of
me
that,
let me say something to that. We're living and breathing as light beings.
AD.
We have to understand that we are now only turning the switch on and off in us.
Hmm.
And we're controlling that light with
Uh,
people. Okay? Right? Am I right? So
well,
when you now what the next level
duality. Okay, yes.
of that light, that light that's in us, the next level to me is you becoming nothing but light to where you don't want to switch it off.
There you go. And that's when you want to walk in your truth, exactly what you started this off with, the trust. So,
That full light that we're
exactly,
all looking for, yes, that
exactly.
full light is always the best. it it's it's
It,
it's liberating.
when I tell people that part of it, and they're like, "What do you mean?" I say, "If you're able to do both, switch on your duality, and in
Mm-hmm.
duality, you got to choose which one you are. You're gonna stay in the darkness, stay in the light." So most people like, I don't know. So that's that confusion part of it. And so when they are, well, I want to go because once a person come out of this trauma and they go up on their, they walk spiritual, they're awakened and enlightened. And I said, you have to choose. You can't be both. You can't
Right.
be.
Amen.
And it's
Brother
like,
Dawood, Brother Dawood, go to your messenger. I sent you a link if you're still here.
so you can't be both, and you got to choose. Like she said, I chose to get up this morning and walk to the gym and be good, be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And people have
Mm-hmm.
to choose. They have to
Mm-hmm.
choose to breathe, and because it's so in us,
Right.
and they don't understand how to make themselves be and be happy and be in the light. They'd rather choose to be not knowing in the dark
Yeah.
Hmm.
because of what they still
Yep.
carry. I give
Yeah.
two zeros. Excuse me when I say this. I give two zeros and a fuck about people, and it's like, no, you're so nice. I know what I am, and I'm seriously. I give two zeros and a fuck. So if I'm nice to you, I'm choosing to give you my light. I just want it back from you.
Right.
You understand? Because I can
Yeah,
give
you
you
let light, the light in you wants to return, wants to, get
Once
that,
that
you want the
reflection.
pathway to the next
exactly.
person. Yeah, you want the pathway to the next person. So if I'm traveling with you and we're sitting here together, if I project a goodness on you, then give me a goodness back. If I
That's it.
project a love on you, then give me a love back.
That's
If
right.
don't
Amen.
give me the worst of you when I'm projecting good towards you.
Mm.
Amen.
You
It's
know,
so, and if people don't understand that love, like you said, some men and some women have never experienced not just unconditional love, but being loved on,
right,
I
being
agree.
loved on to receive it, to know how to give it back because of what you said earlier. They like, what's this for? What do you want? Like, huh?
right.
And in
Hmm.
that aspect, you
Yeah,
like, they
they
want
question your light.
right.
Ain't
And
that
no,
cra- ain't
they're
that
not
crazy where
questioning.
people don't question your light, but they like your dark.
Yes, they're
They
not
question
actually
your light,
questioning.
but they accept your dark
Correct. But
to
what
an extent.
exactly? But what they're actually, what you said earlier, the mirror effect. What they're
Hmm.
actually doing is giving it back to them because they can't accept it, what they're
Hmm.
seeing. So they got to see something in a reflection of them.
Right.
That's
And
all.
sometimes that's the only thing that people love. But I'm gonna let Brother Dawud speak. Um, you know,
I'm gonna have to go in
my
2 minutes.
whole going going away with this is, we can't, there's a way to find out what you need to know. You just have to learn to ask the right questions and to reflect what it is you want reflected back. And whatever you see back, my thing, believe that. Don't go away from that. Don't turn away from that, because if you can't deal with it and they did it the first time, what makes you gonna think you're gonna deal with it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times? Because you actually do.
Wow.
But why do you do that?
Hmm.
So know who you're dealing with. Know you don't. And again, because I've asked my child this question: why do you boyfriend someone that you don't know? Well, because he wanted to be in a relationship. Okay, it's only what he wants. What is good for both of you? If you saw signs of that in the beginning, then you should have said, pump the brakes. Look, I know we gotta pull back for a minute, because I gotta make sure you're right for me, because you ain't gonna come in my life and cause chaos. And we don't
Hmm.
do that. And that's the wrong thing, in my opinion, to do. Brother Dawud?
Yeah. Um. So for me, what I learned, and I agree with a lot of what you said. What I
Mm-hmm.
learned is that when we don't take things in stages, that's where there's
Yeah.
problems. When we
Mm-hmm.
take things in snapshots, that's
Mm-hmm.
when basically catastrophes happen.
Yeah.
So if we jump from I just met you to you're the love of my life in 5 easy steps, well then
Mm-hmm.
there's so much that's going to be missed that there's always the possibility that somebody is going to take advantage of you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To speak to your earlier point, I think that they got this new terminology and they call it love bombing, where
What
they
does that
say that,
mean?
well, it
Oh, that's
basically
easy.
the love bombing concept is like a poor excuse for somebody not being able to deal with you being a healthy individual. So in other words, they'll say that you give them all of these good things, and your method or your basically your motivation behind that is to manipulate somebody.
That's it.
But sometimes
Narcissism.
that's just who you are. That's just who you are. Sometimes it's that you're such a good person and you know how to treat people well that that's how you come in. But I think that a lot
And
of times people are so not used. People are so not used to being loved or treated
mm-hmm.
right that they call it love bombing. When in
Yeah.
Right.
reality, what I feel is this. I think that when you know how to treat people and you
Mm-hmm.
radiate that with no inhibition, I think that
Mm-hmm.
what ends up happening is that scares the hell out of people
Right.
because they're used to having a little good something, then some disaster happening, and then having a little something, and when you don't display that, then you got to be love bombing. You got to be trying to manipulate them, and they pull back. That's their excuse not to accept a healthy situation into their life. You know what I mean?
And you're so right
And so
because
for
we
Well,
me,
have a little
what I
thought.
think
You're
is for
so
me,
right.
what I think is for me, what I think is that when you are dealing with somebody and it's a too good to be true situation, I
mm-hmm,
think that if you slow it down, like I was telling somebody, and I put this on my Facebook page, you made it short,
mm-hmm,
where I had a person in my DV class, and his woman threw him out, told him she never wanted to be with him again, got a new
mm-hmm,
boyfriend, had the new boyfriend texting him, telling him how to deal with his children, all of that.
mm-hmm.
And he wanted to kill this chick, and I talked him off the ledge. So
Wow.
then after that, one day out of the clear blue sky, he called me and said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "She called me crying, saying that she wanted me back. She saw the error of her ways." I said, "So?" He said, "What do you mean so?" I said, "Bro, just last week I stopped you from killing this woman. Now all of a sudden you want to go back? You think everything has been solved?" He was
Toxic.
like, "Well, yeah." So I think that then what he ended up doing is saying, "Well, I know I was the fault for a lot of it." I said, "Whoa, bro, okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take this woman on a date first, then after and see how you feel. Then after that, I want you to have a date at the house, see how you feel. Then after that, if you guys are up for some intimacy, then you do that and you see how you feel. If you slow it down into those stages, she can't
Yeah.
possibly last without your intuition telling you whether this is right or wrong. But the
Right.
problem is, I think that a lot of us don't listen to our intuition. And so we end up getting into situations and we skip a lot of steps. And
Mm-hmm.
because we skip those steps, we don't see what we needed to see. And this is how we end up in situations. And when people like you and I tell people, well, you didn't see this and you didn't see that, they say no.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because they didn't follow the stages.
Right.
So
And
if
most
you
of the
slow
times
things
it's because
down,
they didn't want to see it. They saw it. Every sign, and maybe it's just me, but every sign that I had that he wasn't good for me, of my exes, I saw it way down the line. I just ignored it and said, okay, he said he
Exactly.
wasn't gonna do it again. Maybe it was just a mistake. Maybe
You make
he did,
excuses.
yeah, I made excuses for him because he made excuses that made me feel better.
No, you made excuses for yourself to accept what he was doing to you. He didn't make
Yeah,
those
Amen.
excuses.
cause I didn't want him to go. I wasn't
Right.
ready to kick him out yet.
So
Yeah.
you made those excuses to
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So no matter what, because those excuses you gave yourself, we do this. Women do this a lot. And so I don't know about men. I'm just gonna speak about women. We make excuses for that, for
Mm-hmm.
ourselves to go back and to accept what they're doing and done. When we should have known
Because how, let me say this, because how many of us want to start over if we got years in with that person?
me,
How many people want to start over?
me.
How many of us
right,
want to
right.
go through the dating thing? A lot of us don't. I
Oh,
got to that point. I'm not at that point now, but that's who I was then.
oh,
I didn't want to start over. You know,
I
if
think
I
also
was
what
gonna learn him, and I'm speaking this to the people that understand how I was doing things, is that I didn't want to start over. I didn't feel like starting over. I was tired of dating. I was tired of trying to find somebody. I was tired of trying to pick which nigga was good for me. I was tired of that shit. I got
Yeah, a lot
shit
of
to do. I
times.
ain't got time to stop and find somebody else. I don't have time for that.
mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I was.
You know what I
But
call that?
understanding it now, yeah, but this is why we have these conversations, because Brother Darwood and I, we're trying to get people to think differently about your situation, but understand who you are in it too. Because if you take
Exactly.
part in what it is that's being done to you, and you let the person keep doing it, then you can't blame no one but yourself.
That's it. That's all. And you have to take that accountability and be responsible for what had happened to you and not blame it on anyone else. And then
Yeah,
you
there
know
are a
what?
lot of people that are in relationships right now because they don't want to start over. They're stuck
Yes.
Yeah.
in relationships right now because they don't want to start over. I hear people that say that all the time. How could you walk away from a 24-year marriage?
Mm-hmm.
I had to leave while I was still fine. Let's just
Okay,
be honest with it.
the butterfly effect. Listen, the butterfly effect. Oh my
I didn't
goodness.
want to.
Let me
I didn't want to
let
be
me
60 and sitting up talking about what I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and still be unhappy and still trying to figure it out. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm still fine right now. Let me
right,
get my ass up out of here right now. That's how I could
right,
leave. And if it meant that I had to start over, that I had to start from scratch, oh the fuck well. That meant I'm gonna still be happy. He's
right.
happier. I'm happier. And that's that. You feel where I'm coming from? But a lot of
Yeah.
times people stay in relationships and stay in situations because they don't want to
Mhm.
start over. They don't want to fucking do
Mhm.
the work. And a lot of times people don't want to be by themselves.
No.
They don't want to be by themselves. They're so quick to
That.
punch into one relationship and jump from one to the next, to the
And
next,
you,
to the
you
next.
know,
And you all in these
here we
toxic
go.
ass
And people
relationships because you don't want to be by yourself. No,
correct.
I
And you
take
And
know what
see,
myself
they
out for dinner.
let me.
I take myself to the movies. I take
I was
myself
just about
out
to
to
say
anywhere
that.
I want to go because I'm my
Mhm.
best fucking friend.
And you
You
know
know
what
what
I
Right.
I'm
tell
saying?
people? That's that right there what she's saying. You
And
gotta
when you
learn how
want,
to
and
date
when you
yourself.
want some, and when you want some dick and some, some sex, you can go get it.
Oh
Exactly.
my goodness. Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, whatever y'all want to call it in the church world, I understand that. I get that. Whatever. But if I'm fucking the same nigga and I call the same nigga, fuck y'all. Okay.
That
I
what
ain't
you
got to be
say?
married to him
No,
to
no,
keep fucking him,
you
and
don't.
I'm fucking just that nigga. I
I
just
that,
decided that my bill's gonna stay in my house, and my
there you
house is
go.
gonna be my house. That's
There
all.
you go.
That's the only difference.
See, that's
Brother
all I'm
Dawood,
saying.
let me let Brother Dawood speak, please, because
All
he
right.
was making a point, and then I'm gonna read what Andrea is saying about love bombing. Go ahead.
Love bombing. I gotta go.
Okay, go ahead. I'll call you soon.
It's been a
Okay.
All
pleasure
right. I love
meeting
you
you,
guys. Bye,
Ocean.
butterflies.
All
Bye.
right. Brother Dawood, you still there? Brother Muhammad? Okay, Andrea says, hey Tosh, love bombing is a manipulative part of the abuse cycle. It generally accompanies other signs of abuse, threats, screaming, and yelling, etc.
Hmm.
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 So it sounds like
Love
to me
bombing.
it's a part of controlling someone.
Manipulation.
They're trying to control.
Emotional manipulation.
Hmm. Yeah, they're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to control their whole relationship. They don't want you to have any um anything coming to them energy wise, good, bad, or indifferent, unless they're controlling it. That's what it sounds like to me. So
Yeah,
you can't just deal with random goodness in your life from somebody you say you like or you love. It's kind of crazy.
it is. It's pretty sad, but a lot
It's
of us
annoying.
can't.
It's annoying to me when I get with someone and they say, you can't be this good. Okay, where's the old
I
Tasha?
hear it. Right,
Especially if it's somebody I dated before, Jesus. Um, little stupid shit like that.
right, right,
And it makes me it makes my skin crawl because
right.
the minute they say something to against what it is that I'm trying to portray, I'm trying to portray light to you, and you see it as darkness. And it makes me question my light. And sometimes it's not even that; it's just the fucked upness of that person.
I
They
don't
can't
ever,
see
I've
good.
learned to never question my own light. I understand what my power is. I'm
Right.
never in a space where I want to question my light. If you're attracted to
Hmm.
my light, then you're attracted to my light. But someone
Hmm.
else cannot. You don't allow people that much power to the point to where you're questioning your own light. No, you know
Right.
what your intentions are. You know who
Hmm.
you are. You walk in that every single day, in that
Right.
power, knowing who you
Exactly.
are. Don't allow other people to project their insecurities, their bullshit onto you. No, you know what your intentions are. You know what light you carry. You know your power. Don't ever
Mm-hmm.
allow somebody else to come in and make you question who the fuck you are. You don't get to
Right.
tell me who I am.
Right.
You don't get to tell me who I am. I know who I am.
Right.
And what I
You
am is
get
what you see.
right. And if
Absolutely,
you
right?
like
If you don't
the alert,
accept that, then bye. See you.
and it's true. Like what Richard Pryor said it best. Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes?
Exactly. You gonna believe me or them lying eyes?
Right. As the illustrious Richard Pryor
I
said
know
that.
what my light is, and I don't
Right.
allow other people to tell me who I am. That is one thing I learned a long time ago, man. I want to say about probably in the last 5 and 6 years of my life, actually, is that I've
Mm-hmm.
learned to accept what my light is and walk in that power. And I
Right.
project that wherever
Mm-hmm.
I go. And if you have a
Mm-hmm.
problem with my light, that's on
And
you.
dark
That ain't my shit.
and just remember that darkness is attracted to light too.
They are definitely attracted to light.
But you
I
better
attract
know
all
what's
kinds of
coming.
fucking
You better
energy.
know what you're bringing into your house and into your bed, into your
Amen.
spirit. You better
Amen.
know. If you don't know, I implore you to do not date that person, and
And
wife
definitely
or
don't allow
girlfriend
their
or
energy
boyfriend.
into you.
Don't do that. That is the worst thing you can do. And Brother Adawa just said, it goes in stages, and that's exactly what it is. It's a stage that you're going to. You don't have to just say, you meet this guy and then 2 weeks later, y'all boyfriend and girlfriend got pictures on the internet as if y'all are a couple, and then the problems start, and then you're ready
Yeah.
to leave. What
Listen.
didn't you pay attention? Even when your mind told you, no, I think I should just date and just see a few people, see what I like, see what I'm doing, and let somebody come in my life. And, I just want to date. I don't want a physical thing right now. I just want to see you as someone who could father my children, someone who could be a provider. Are you a liar or are you the truth teller? Do you have some weird, little darkness stuff in you like porn to the 10th degree? You need to know all of that stuff.
Right.
Some wild shit people into.
Right.
um
Yeah. Absolutely.
and if
Absolutely.
you don't
Listen.
know that, right, be done walked
Absolutely.
in up
It
on,
was
but
this guy I dated last year, Tasha. This guy I
uh-huh.
dated last year and hung out with him and everything. Decided, hey, I'm a pass or whatever on him.
Okay.
Exactly less than a year later, he was engaged to another girl, right? He posted pictures
Mm-hmm.
went and got like professional photography, all this shit done. He done put a ring on the finger. He done got all kinds of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, he popped in my mind one day, right? Because I was telling my boy about this. I said,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute. I just noticed her pictures ain't nowhere on his page now. You was so quick to put that relationship out there,
Mm-hmm.
put a ring on the finger. You didn't know who you was dealing with. Less than a year after we dated, you
Right.
just in such a rush to get
Mm-hmm.
into a relationship with somebody, you don't even know
Mm-hmm.
who finger you put a ring on. And now you looking stupid with all of these pictures up here of this that you done paid good money for.
Mm-hmm.
Professional photography of all
Never.
different poses and stuff. Now none of
Nada.
those pictures are on his page.
Wow.
Nothing. Ain't a mention of her. Sad. All because you couldn't wait. All because you were in such
And
a rush to go into a
and technically,
relationship and you didn't even
he
know who
deserved
had
it.
in your bed.
And technically, Tanika, he deserved
Amen.
that, because the thing is that
Amen.
you were in it. You were in a hurry. You wanted to You wanted someone that you thought was Superwoman.
Mhm.
I go back to the Superwoman and Superman thing. You think that they're Superwoman, you think they're Superman, and they're not. You're meeting their representative. And I remember they
Every
used to say that in the
day
church.
it was, this is my light, this is my future, this is everything, and all of a
Oh,
sudden
I see that a lot online.
I'm
And
like,
after
what
a while, about
happened?
a couple of months down the line, you'll see nobody talking about it no more. There ain't no
No,
pictures coming
ain't no
up, ain't no,
pictures.
you know, and
They done
all this.
quietly faded out. You so quick to put it out there on Facebook and on Instagram, what you doing, what you all about and stuff, trying to stay up and keep up with everybody else and stuff. And you don't know who you done got in your bed.
I
You
would rather,
foolish,
I would rather,
foolish man.
right. I would rather us know without a shadow of a doubt who we're with. If it takes you 2 years to 3 years to know that person, be okay with doing that.
Exactly.
Because
And don't
even
be
the
in a
person
rush
that
to try to
shows you,
show. Don't be in a rush
mm-hmm,
to try to show everybody you in a relationship.
right.
A lot of people are in such a rush.
And
Why? To let
most people
everybody
don't really,
know.
most people don't really give a fuck.
Right.
We don't really give a
Really
fuck.
don't.
Nika, we don't give a fuck.
We don't give.
If we see somebody we know that's in a relationship and then they ain't again,
Oh,
we
that's
really don't
great.
give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck.
We ain't going to bed thinking about that shit. We're not.
But they're in such a rush
We're
to
not
put it out
taking.
there, let
We're
everybody
not
see it. I done
taking
seen it
the
happen
breakup.
so many times. I'm like, what
Yeah,
happened?
we're
You
we're
were
not taking
so
the
much in
breakup of
love.
right. We're not taking the breakup of your stupid union to bed with us. All we're doing is laughing at your stupid ass for doing what you're doing because we can see because you put it all out there. We can see what the fuck happened.
Right. Exactly.
You ain't got to tell us online what the fuck happened. We see what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck happened. Because you showed
Absolutely.
everything. You were so quick to do it. So stop doing that because you don't know them. You think you
Absolutely.
know them. Even in a year, you're not going to know everything about a person because it took them 50 years to become, it took them 50 years of growing to become 50. And each person, that person changed every couple of years. They
I am
changed
not going to
things
be the
about
same
them.
person today that I am next year. I'm going to be a
No,
completely different person next year. And if I am
stuff
in the
I'm
same
dealing with now.
space, if I
Mm-hmm.
am the same person, shame on me.
Right.
Shame on me because I didn't grow.
Your
Shame
your
on you
your
because you didn't grow.
your only sole purpose in life is to grow. Like my sister
Amen.
said, that's your only sole purpose is to grow. When you grow, you'll see everybody is flawed. Going in, you'll see them as flawed.
Exactly.
Now you can decide in your mind, show me all the light you got, and let me see if that's enough light for me to forgive that shit.
Right.
That's real shit right there. Because
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. Nobody's
Amen.
perfect. But do they have
We are
enough
all
light in
flawed.
them to make you forget and be able to deal with that little piece of them that's flawed? That's the only thing you have. Because
Amen.
a piece of paper is not a marriage.
Right.
It's a contract. You know what my contract's gonna say the next time I get married? It's gonna say what the fuck I plan to do and what I plan not to do. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially. This is what I bring to the table. This is the contract I want in my wedding vows. Because all of that other mental, emotional bullshit that they say in the marriage vows, y'all not keeping that shit. You're not going by that. So why say it? Because you don't mean it. You don't mean it. And you know you don't mean it. Before you say, I do, you knew you weren't going to do it. So why not make your vows if you're going to do it? We're living in a world we can make whatever we want to happen.
Amen. Amen to that.
So let's stop lying
Andrea
to each other.
said, example, Kanye sending Kim a truckload of flowers. Yeah, that's manipulation. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
force somebody to make a decision to take you back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but I'm giving you this truckload of flowers to show my love and my appreciation and how much I really want you back in my life. But are you willing to change the behaviors that led us
That you
to apart? Are you
right,
willing
because
to change
flowers
that?
flowers ain't gonna
Flowers are
make
beautiful, but flowers
right,
ain't gonna change that behavior. Is that behavior gonna change?
right. And flowers ain't gonna
Is
make
that gonna be different? Are you gonna
exactly.
be stable?
Mm-hmm.
Are
Flowers
you
ain't
gonna
gonna make
get
me think about
stable
what you
mental
said
health?
online.
Like, you're gonna get mental health? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, on that's some real
Mm-hmm.
shit, and I'm not making light of mental illness or anything like that. Trust me. But what I am saying is, whatever led to that behavior is the thing that you need to be trying to change, not giving her flowers, not throwing things out there to try to win her back, and not getting on social media and doing all of this extra clown shit. Are you willing to
Mm-hmm.
change the behavior that led to the demise in the first place?
Right.
And a lot of people are not willing to change. They just think that they can manipulate themselves back into the same situation. And then the next thing you know, you're back in that same cycle of bullshit over and over again. They haven't
Mm-hmm.
changed their behavior. You haven't changed. You've grown, but you're still accepting their bullshit, their behavior. And then
Mm-hmm.
you wonder why, oh, the second time around, it still didn't work.
Yeah,
Still didn't work.
because
You know why? Because they weren't willing to change the behavior. And you accepted them not wanting to change the behavior. You
right.
accepted it. You're like, oh, all those truckloads of flowers, that means he loves me. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If that's your
It means
definition of
it
what love is
probably
supposed to
means
be,
it might mean he know you, but it don't mean he love you.
right?
Cause Kim, I
Yeah.
could see that.
But
I
you
could
got
see
two
Kim being
people.
all. Kim is about money. You know,
She about
she loves
herself.
money.
They
You
both
know,
they
but
both deserve each other.
right.
They're
You
both
know, they're
about
both
self and
narcissistic
arrogance.
people.
Yeah,
Hmm. I agree.
absolutely.
They honestly do very well together. I don't know what happened. Wish them well, but getting back to our topic,
Hmm.
I would leave you with this, my beautiful people. The song, is called "Bag Lady" by the illustrious Erica Badu. Remember that song?
Yes, I do. Am I the only one here? Did I lose you, Tasha? Your phone, oh, it actually froze up. You
Okay.
froze up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was
yeah, Bag Lady.
I was trying to read it while I was, but it froze my picture up, so I can't read it. But Bag
Okay.
Lady is listen to the lyrics of that song.
Hmm.
Erica was speaking into the future of us, and
Hmm.
a lot of things that Erica says. If you listen closely, she understands woman in a whole new way, and she understood women then.
Hmm.
She understood herself. She understood the other woman, not only being herself, but her fellow sister and fellow mother and fellow aunts and cousins, and on down the line. She understood that, and she's saying to the woman in this song, do not bring your baggage into a relationship with someone. If you want to keep that person, do not bring the stuff from the past into what you're doing, because men will see you with men and women, not just men, women and men will see you with all that baggage and will fly the other way,
Flee.
start running the other
Flee.
way.
Absolutely.
You're not light draws light. I want light in my life. So I have to project light. But when I see you going against my light, you get then I'm gonna start side eyeing you. That's me.
Amen.
Because I'm not love bombing anybody. I'm loving you because I want to be loved.
Right.
I'm showing you an example of what this shit's supposed to look like.
Right.
I'm showing you understanding because I know you're flawed. I'm showing you that I knowledge and wisdom because I know how to handle what you give me. But if you're not in tune with people like that, you're going to think they're Superwoman and Superman, and you're gonna get a bit. You're in for a big disappointment. So understand the person that you're with. Wipe the slate. I would say wipe the slate clean when you're in a relationship. Wipe it clean.
Like
Don't go
who is it?
into it thinking,
Music Soul Child has that song called Previous Cats.
yeah, I heard him sing it the other night. Yeah,
Really? Yeah, that's
yeah.
I'm not to
And
blame for the
I
pain
was, yeah,
that was
he's,
caused by previous cats. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's one of my
Um,
favorite songs by
I
him.
made me have to go and look at it. I still haven't looked that song up because I heard a bit of it, but I
Hmm.
never even knew that song existed by him, and I love music.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that song is one of my favorite songs by him because it's so true. We go into
Name it. Say it
relationships
again.
making previous cats.
Previous
It's
Cats
called,
by Music Soul Child and Bag
yeah,
Lady for the women.
right.
Go and listen to those two songs and learn something. Open your mind up and hear what the words are saying. Because
Yeah, it's
people
like,
can give you a wisdom of nugget even through songs, which is why we have lyrical therapy going on, is because we want to try to heal people through music, through the lyrics, because some of these songs can lift you up and tell you how to navigate this shit.
hmm, absolutely.
All it is a
But we should
navigation.
never go into relationships making other people pay for other stuff that we went through in previous relationships. We should always go into
Right.
relationships with a clean slate. Don't
Mm-hmm.
judge me based off of what happened with someone else. That's what the
Right.
whole premise of that song is about, is go into relationships making other people pay for previous people.
Right.
The baggage
And
that
that's
you
what.
brought from the other old relationships. I shouldn't have to pay for some shit you went through with somebody else.
And let me tell you how it
I
makes
should
us
come.
feel. How does that make you feel, Nika, when somebody tells you, brings into bring their past with them to something new with you? How does that make you feel?
Like, I ain't gonna never get it right because you're gonna always be looking for something. You're gonna be always
Wow.
looking for something.
Wow.
And I'm not here to try to prove that I'm different from the other chick. Let's be clear about that. If you don't see my light, you don't see my value, I'm not here to try to convince you to be with me. What the fuck I look
Mm-hmm.
like? You know what I mean? My job is
Right.
not to sell myself. No, I'm not coming into a relationship bringing my baggage. Therefore, I don't want your baggage. Don't make me pay
Right.
for some shit that another chick did to you. If another chick did some foul shit to you, leave that shit with her. It's not my
Right.
job to pay for the shit she did. And if you haven't
Mm-hmm.
worked that out, then you don't need to be in a relationship. It's that simple.
Exactly. That's it right there. That's it right there.
You don't
That's
need to
it
be
right
in a
there.
relationship. If you're gonna try to make me pay for something that someone else did to you, and the same goes for me. I shouldn't be basing my new relationship on shit I went
On
through
the
in my
past.
marriage.
On the past. Right.
No, that's not your job. That's unfair. I go in with an unfair advantage. We go in with an
Mm-hmm.
unfair advantage because you're going to
Yeah.
consistently be looking for things that are similar because that's what the fuck you're
Mm-hmm.
used to. You're going to be looking
Yeah.
for old shit, bad shit that the other person did to you. You're going to consistently be insecure. Nah, I ain't got time for all that. Mm-mm.
Right.
Nah. I'm not here to
And
make you
and
pay for
I,
something that somebody else did. Please don't make me pay for some shit that another chick did to you.
right. Because when you deal with a hard ass head like mine, and I'm not that hard, but I'm hard when it comes down to certain things, and my peace means a lot to me right now.
Amen.
I don't I
Amen.
don't give I don't give a damn what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm doing, and I know that my light and my being able to come back in the right body, in the right spirit, with no sickness, no death, no disease, no nothing but prosperity in my next life, depends on me, baby. Not what the fuck you do or don't do to me or for me. Understand there's people that feel like that about your ass too.
Amen.
And we don't care. Because we're not going to let ourselves care about what the fuck you doing outside that door. Because the minute you leave my presence, you have the opportunity and the options. Let me say that again. You have the opportunity and the options. Just like I do.
Please know that. Please know. I am not a woman out here with no options. I am not a woman. That would be a sad mistake if you feel like I'm walking around here with no options and you're the only one with options. Please know.
Right. I think some of these people think that you're at home crying and whining, and
Right.
there's some people that see your ass go out the door and will get right on the fucking phone and start talking to somebody else immediately. They don't care.
Please know. Please know. If it's been thrown at you, it's definitely been thrown
Some
my
of that
way.
stuff y'all done put on. Yeah, some of that grief y'all done put on certain people. Some people done got to the point to where they don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. They don't care.
Because you can't control another person. No matter how much you try, you can't control what they do when they're not in your presence. So why worry? Why get upset? Why have your brain consumed with all of that? What they're doing? Where you at? What you doing? Talk to me on the phone all day so I know where you at. The fuck out of here. I know. That's not living.
Not gonna live my life like that.
That's not living, boo-boo.
No.
We can't do that no more. We got it. We growing up right here. This is Sunday school, people. This Sunday school, Sunday night school.
Sunday school,
you know, Sunday school, night school with the crew. You know, we cuss a little bit on here because we keep the shit real.
All right. But let's be real about that. Like, reality is Sunday school is not just about religion and everything. Sunday school is about life. We should be teaching this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We should be learning from each other's experiences. So we know how to go into the next experience.
And know this, you're wonderful. If you know you're wonderful, you know you have a lot to give. You know that you love, when you love hard. You know your sex is the shit. What the fuck are you worried about?
Hello? Really? Right, exactly.
Your money is in the bank. You got a job, a house, a car. Your kids love you. What the fuck are you worried about? A man, a woman,
individual
that you can't control? Come on, man.
No control over.
Oh. I'm trying to free some people. Get it. Please get this. Please get it.
Amen.
Let your light attract the light. If your light is attracting darkness, you better understand it's darkness and let it go.
Amen.
Or be ready for the roller coaster ride, because that darkness will take you on a ride you don't want.
Man, listen. Yes, it will.
So I implore you, stay in that light and get to a point to where you become light. And I guarantee you, nothing will faze you, nothing will worry you. You know, you'll get to a point to where all you glad is that you woke the fuck up. You woke up. You got another chance to do it right today. What didn't happen yesterday is gone. Gone, it's over with. What they did yesterday is gone, it's over with. Let it go. They ain't gonna tell you the truth about it. Not all
you
of
don't
it.
Have, I think, isn't that a Buddhist teaching? Like, what happened yesterday has happened already, so you have no control over it. You don't have control over the future. You don't have control over the next 5 minutes from now. The only thing that you have to be worried about and concerned about is what is happening right now. Live in the moment right now.
Yeah.
You can't control what
And
happened before. You can't control
and
that.
while you're living in that moment, understand who you are in that moment. You know, it's times, Tanika, where I've had to, you know, I was with somebody, you know, with the person that I was seeing, and my mind, have your mind ever wandered to where your mind was all over the place? I think this is Aquarius thing, I don't know, but my mind will start to wander in different places, and I see him, and then something in my mind now will tell me, tune in. Tune in.
Hmm.
You don't know if that person don't need you right now. Just because you all over the world trying to, trying to save the world on this part of your brain, trying to make sure your kids right on this side of your brain, don't mean that the person in front of you don't need you and don't need to talk or don't need your love, your hugs, your kisses. Don't mean that. And I had to learn how to tune back in to that person.
Hmm.
Because I'm quick to get with somebody and be like, hey, come on in. All right, make stuff at home, and I go about doing me, and I had to learn how to tune in because this person came to me or came around me for a reason. So I can't treat them as if, it's like that because they don't live with me. They came over for a reason. And I'm learning how to do that now. And it's really sad because in my past relationships, I haven't been that attentive. I know I
Wow.
haven't. I've been tuned the
Wow.
fuck out.
Wow.
I've been tuned the fuck out. I tuned the fuck out and a lot of it had a lot to do with my pains
Of course. Absolutely.
because I didn't want to include them in my pain, so I was more internal with it. But
Hmm.
being internal with it and you holding all of that in, along with the pain and along with the irritations of your body, you tend to just be self-contained.
Detached from
Yeah,
everything
and
else.
and it makes you detached from everything else. And I wasn't aware that I was doing that
Wow. Wow.
until a couple of years ago. And a friend of mine told me, Tasha, I'm here. Tune back into me. I'm watching TV and he's, trying to kiss some, holding my hand, doing, just rubbing, doing a little whatever,
Hmm. Hmm.
and as he's saying things, I'm still watching and, because I get tunnel vision. When I see a show and I want to watch it, I get
You've
tunnel
always
vision.
been that way, though. You've always
I
been that way.
know,
Let's be real. Like,
I know, and
remember as
exactly.
a
You see,
kid,
my
like you
sister
used to
is
get
saying
in
the same
trouble
thing.
about that all the time because you would be so tuned into it, and Jolie
Hmm.
would be talking to you and you wouldn't even hear her because you're tuned in to what you're watching and what you're paying attention to.
And
So
I heard
you've
her,
always
but
been
I
that
didn't
way.
hear
Yeah, you
her.
heard her. Right.
Yeah,
You weren't listening because you were tuned into what you were doing. But
right. I'm on Gilligan's
yeah,
Island right now. I gotta see if Skipper gonna get off the island this time. What? Huh? Yeah, it's fucked up. It's real fucked up. So,
but
but
that's real
I've
though. That's real.
learned.
You have to
Yeah,
learn to tune into your relationships because otherwise
yeah,
you're gonna miss a whole lot of things. And a lot of times
and I
people are
had
not
been.
tuned in. They're stuck
I
into
had been.
they're stuck in routine. A lot of times
Mhm.
people are stuck into routine. It's like every day I come home, I'm cooking dinner, I'm doing this, that, and you haven't tuned in not one time to the person that you are in love with that are supposed to that's your support system. You have to tune into
Right.
them as well. A lot of
Yeah.
times we can be very selfish and self-contained, self-absorbed in our own mind and everything that we forget that we have to literally leave and
Mhm.
okay, let me tune into what my son is doing. Does he need me
Right.
for something? Let me
There
tune
you
into that.
go.
Now my man is trying
Mhm.
to tune into me. So now I have to go back and receive in order
Mhm.
to tune into him as well. A lot of
Right.
times we get so caught up into routines and relationships and everything, we
Routine.
forget
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
tune into what our core part of our relationship is about, which is that
Right.
connection. What
Yeah.
brought you together?
Yeah.
That connection.
Mhm.
And a
And
lot of
and
people
and
miss
and
that.
continuing to perfect it. I got this new cool push. This new this. Oh my God, it's irritating the fuck out of me. But It makes me
Continuing
talk
to perfect
crazy.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
to continue to perfect it.
Hmm.
And so with perfecting it, we have to also remember this is a gradual thing. It's not going to happen overnight. Some things take a minute, which is why, and I'll go back to what I said before, you know, those stages that Brother Darwood was saying, those stages have to be there.
It has to
We have to
practice. You have to
understand.
practice it sometimes. You got to
Mm-hmm.
practice. It takes a lot
Yeah.
of practice. It takes a lot of will and the
Mm-hmm.
desire to do it. And if both people are in the desire and the will, have the will to do it and want to
Mm-hmm.
practice that every day
Yeah.
you should be tuning in, literally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get out of your head.
Right. It ain't all
A
about
lot of
you.
That's another
Right.
reasons why I have taken such a break from social media, is because we're sitting here and we're inundated with information that's constantly at us consistently
Mm-hmm.
every single day, that we forget
Mm-hmm.
what's going on around us. We
Mm-hmm.
forget to tune in to the people that are right here in the house with us.
Right.
Tune
Yeah.
in. Shut out all of the distractions,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
that's what's killing a lot of relationships.
I have to call my son down sometime and just I ain't seen you today. What you doing? What, you all right? You good? But I hadn't been doing that before. If they hadn't come down and said nothing to me, I'd figure they all right. But it's crazy how when you ask that simple question, you might get a whole load full of stuff you didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm.
you know but these are perfecting our relationships and bettering
It takes a
ourselves with
lot of practice.
each other. It takes practice, right? Nothing overnight. Been a
Mm-hmm.
great conversation, and when a person says they're too good to be true, stop saying that. They're not
Right.
too good to be true. They're not too good to be true. They're too good. You're They're not too good to be true. Stop doing that. That's self It's almost self-sabotaging to say that to somebody. Don't do that. They are good.
So many
It takes a lot to be
situations
good.
and
Let me
relationships have been stopped for me because I was too good to be true. And I'm
Yeah.
so tired of hearing that. That's been the story of my life. I'm
And
tired of
and
hearing
you
I'm
know
too
what?
good to be true.
It's a self prophet.
You're
It's
right.
a self-fulfilled prophecy that they just brought up on you. If I tell you, nigga, you're too good to be true. If I keep saying it, it becomes law
Mm-hmm.
because my
Cause I'm
actions
like,
now
I'm the
is
most
going
flawed
to.
motherfucker I know.
Mhm. But my actions are now going to reflect what I think. You're too good to be true. There's got to be something bad about you. There's got to be something bad about you. Guess what? You just brought on the bad because you professed something that wasn't there. At least it wasn't there yet. But if you want to bring something bad out of a motherfucker, put them in a situation and see it.
Stop telling people that they are too good to be true, man. Just
I'm
let them
I'm
be
not
good.
against you testing me.
Just
Test me.
accept
I'm
they're
gonna pass
good.
every test.
My point is just to accept the good. Accept it. If they are good
Right.
people, they're just good people. Just accept that. Why are they too good to be true?
Because they don't
Accept
want to
that this is
return.
what you see. Oh, because you now feel more of a responsibility to be good back. That's what I
Because
want.
a
I
lot.
want you to be good back because I'm projecting what I want.
Yes. Say that part again, please.
I'm projecting. I want you to be, I want to be good. I am good. So I want you to be good back to me. Therefore, I'm projecting and giving you what I want back. So if I'm good to you, I want you to be good to me, damn it. Because it's not fake. It's not phony. I'm not doing it for plugs and no, I'm not doing it just because I want you to like me. This is me for
Right.
real.
Right.
I can't fake. I can't be someone I'm not. So if I'm giving
Right.
you good, give me good back. If I'm
Right.
giving you shit, then you got every right to give me shit back. If
Right.
I'm giving you meanness and evil, you got every right to project that, to give that right back to me, because that's
Right.
what I gave you. But if
Right.
I'm giving you good and I'm giving you wholesomeness and decent and love, then I want
Mm-hmm.
that back in return. Don't
You
fight me
only
on
give
it.
out. Right. You only give out what it is you want anyway. I do.
Amen. I
If
do.
I
I try my best
if
to.
if I ask you to go out to dinner, nigga, I want you to ask me to go out to dinner. I sure the fuck do.
Yep.
If I go out and buy you, put some rims on your car, I never did that. But if I ever do it, nigga, put some rims on mine.
Right.
If I buy you an outfit, a tracksuit, or whatever the fuck you like, your favorite perfume, nigga, and when it's my turn, I want that shit back. Why wouldn't I want that back? That's why I'm
Right.
doing it.
I'm
This
giving
ain't no
you
give, give, give,
what
give,
I
give, give, give,
want.
give, give. That's not what this
Right.
is.
And you
And it
take
never
and don't
should
give
be.
nothing back.
And it never
It's
should
an
be
even
just you
it's an
giving.
even exchange. It's an even exchange. If I give you love, I want love in return.
Right.
Simple as that. It's so
That's it.
simple. People make it
Mm-hmm.
so difficult. It's so simple. If I'm giving you love, I want love back. That means
And
I'm
if I
loved,
say,
therefore I want love.
right. And if I say I trust you, then be trustworthy.
Don't fuck that
Because
up.
I don't because right, don't fuck that up.
Don't
Right.
fuck that up.
Don't fuck it up.
Because it will never
Man,
ever
you
be the
said a
same once it's
mouthful.
lost. It will
Don't fuck it
never be
up.
the same
Because I'll never, if
once it's
you fuck it
lost.
up, I'll never trust you in that situation again. You can
I
never
will
tell
never
me that you will
trust
never
you
do it
again.
again.
Yep.
So don't fuck it up or don't get
Don't
caught.
fuck it up.
One of the two. Or don't get caught. Or don't let me catch you. How about that?
Please get clever.
Right.
Get the game right, buddy. Get the game right. Cause
All day, all
please
day.
know,
All
please
day.
know I recognize game.
Right. It is what it is, people. Thank you guys for tuning in to us. I know we sitting here being silly now. Love being around my sister and my sister's
Thank,
brother
thank
Dawood
you.
came in, and sister Andrea and brother Kevin and Miss Oshan. Thank you
Oshan,
guys for
yeah.
tuning in, and anyone that was watching. Share this with your family, friends, and neighbors or whatever. And be in on our next conversation. We're gonna have another one probably this weekend. And talk to you guys later. Thanks, Nika.
Bye, guys. Love you, Tasha.
All right, love you too. Good night.
All right. Good night.